Hello. An example for me of a relationship in which there are sort of give and take would be actually the friends that I plan on calling tonight, because there is the sort of cost there of the fact that it's gonna take away some of my homework time, despite the fact that it is already late and I will probably have to stay up later in order to finish all my homework. However, the reward of spending time with people I care about and having fun is worth that cost for me. And um, there are also other costs and rewards in these relationships I have with my friends. A good example of something that actually goes both ways would be gifts. My friends give me gifts, which is a reward for me, and I give my friends gifts, which is a cost for me, literally, often. But the reward, there's also a reward in that I get to see people I care about being happy. And how this affects how I value these relationships is that because of these much more significant rewards for me and the less significant costs to me, especially because I still have the motivation and I still have the time to get homework done, um, in that example I had given before, mean that I still value these relationships a lot. And actually, the value itself that I have on the relationship actually gives me more rewards because I can see happiness in people I care about. Um, and whether I agree or disagree generally that relationships follow these exchange patterns, I would say sure. But I do think it's important to consider that not every relationship is going to have these as obvious and direct rewards. Particularly, I think it's important to consider that some rewards might not come from the other person at all. They might come from having the relationship itself. For example, someone could be in a relationship simply for the purposes of fulfillment. They could be in a relationship because that's what's expected of them. Or they could be in a relationship to feel like a better person, a so-called pity relationship. Things like these are not things given by the other person, not even sort of mentally, uh, which means that, sure, there is still sort of an exchange in that way, but it's less direct than a lot of the other things. And so if we do consider those costs and rewards, I do think that relationships do depend on the social exchange theory. Thank you.